This is the SwitchPod. In this video, I'll tell you what I like about it, and what I don't like about it, and why I'm going to sell mine. So let's dig right in. Hi, I'm Phillips here. If you're new to this channel, I do tips, tutorials, and reviews about audio, video, and still photography. So if that's something you're into, click on the subscribe button, and don't forget to click on the bell icon so you won't miss future videos. First, let's talk about the good things, the positives for the SwitchPod. Then later we'll talk about the cons. The SwitchPod was introduced a little over a year ago as an alternative to this, the GorillaPod. The main selling point of the SwitchPod was that it had stronger legs and it could go from handheld vlogging to tripod with the flick of a wrist. Meanwhile, to do that with the GorillaPod, you had to separate these legs out, make sure they were straight and even so that your camera wouldn't tip over from the weight. The SwitchPod is capable of handling heavier cameras like DSLRs with their long lenses without the worry of the camera tipping over and damaging your camera or your lens. The magnets in the legs of the SwitchPod make it easy to fold flat for easy storage in your camera bag or your backpack. And it also makes it easier to set it up for handheld vlogging. The SwitchPod has these rubber feet for better stability. And it also has these finger grooves, so when you're vlogging you can hold it down low, or you can hold it up higher if you're carrying a heavier camera for better leverage. This thing is made of strong aluminum alloy, it's not made of plastic, and each one of the legs has a pre-drilled hole. Some are 3/8 inch and some are 1/4 20 so that you can attach accessories. The 1/4 20 thread on top of the SwitchPod lets you mount a ball head or a quick release plate. So, with all these features of the SwitchPod, why am I putting mine up for sale? Well, let's talk about that. The aluminum alloy construction of the SwitchPod makes it strong and durable, but it also makes it heavier. And I find it a little bit uncomfortable to hold for long periods of time when vlogging. And overall, I just didn't find it to be that comfortable. Maybe SwitchPod could make one made out of carbon fiber, or maybe a heavier grade plastic in different colors. Just an idea. My main cameras are lightweight mirrorless cameras, point and shoot cameras, and GoPros. So the added stability is not that big of a deal to me. But if you own heavier cameras like DSLRs with longer lenses, I could see where this would be an advantage. If you're out hiking or you're in a place with no raised flat surfaces, the SwitchPod's not going to be much help unless you're using it for vlogging. If you need to get a shot or a video without being tethered to the camera, the SwitchPod's not going to be much help. It's also not very good for getting extreme low-angle shots. Another downside for me with the SwitchPod is the price. The SwitchPod like this sells for $99. If you want to add the SwitchPod ball head, that's an additional $35. In my opinion, the $99 price should include the SwitchPod with the ball head, because with this thing you pretty much need a ball head. GorillaPods come in different sizes. The medium 3K sells for $50 with the ball head, and the beefier 5K sells for about $115 with the ball head. I find that this medium-sized 3K fits my needs perfectly. So if you have smaller, lightweight cameras, the SwitchPod is overkill in my opinion. GorillaPods do have their weaknesses. These legs can weaken over time, and they can possibly break. Plus, they're difficult to adjust in tripod mode, so your camera can tip over and possibly damage your camera or your lens. But they offer you a lot of flexibility with mounting options. And it's impossible to mount a SwitchPod to a tree limb, a fence, or a rail. I didn't make this video to be negative about the SwitchPod. I think it's a great product. It just didn't suit my needs as well as I had hoped it would. If you're looking for more great ways to mount your camera for vlogging, video, or still photography, check out these videos. Stay safe, everyone. We'll see you in the next one.